We all have some things we do while reading that we wouldn't necessarily share with others. Whether it's folding the corner of your pages or breaking the spine of your books, some things are best kept to yourself. Or are they? Because what the heck? As long as we're all reading, why does it matter? Honestly, I don't really give a crap, so today I'm going to share all of my bad reading habits with you, and you, yes, you are going to share yours with me in the comments below. Go! I'll wait. Okay, I have 7, so starting with the first one, I rarely read the blurbs of books. I don't know why, but I just can't be bothered to read the book's blurb. Instead, I'll just go off of what somebody on Instagram said about the book, or maybe some of the themes in the book or something. In general, I'll get this off Instagram or from a friend. For example, I recently read The Secret History, which you can see in my annotating video, and for that I didn't read the blurb at all, so in reality I had no idea what the plot would contain before I got started. I just knew it had dark academia vibes, and some of my friends loved it. I honestly don't know if this is a bad reading habit though, because it works for me. Sometimes when I read the blurb of a book, I feel like it ruins the book in a way, or I get too many clues and spoilers that would be in the beginning of the book. It's a bit like when you see a film trailer and they put so much in it that you feel like you've already watched the film, or you see something that you didn't actually like, so you don't watch the film in the first place. It's the same for a book. So in general, I just jump into a book without reading the blurb at all and experience the story completely fresh for the first time. Okay, my second bad habit is if I see a book is over like 400 pages or something, I just can't be bothered to read it. Sometimes I feel so lazy when it comes to reading. So if I see a book is over 400 pages, I know it's going to take me longer to get through, and so I just don't get as excited about a book. Even if I know it's going to be a good read or I've heard good things, like all of that good stuff, I'll still put off reading it and I may never get to it at all because it's over a certain amount of pages. And if it's over 600 pages, well, that just means that it's going to take me even longer to get to the other 30 books waiting for me on my shelf. I just don't know about that, you know? Number 3 is that I keep saying that I'm going to read a certain book next month and I never get to it. I put this down to being a mood reader. I'll say on Instagram or to friends and even myself that I'll read a particular book next month because I genuinely would like to finally get to it. And then I never do. A good example of this is A River Enchanted. This has been on my shelf for a really long time and I keep saying, I'm going to read this next month, I'm going to read this next month, and I just never do. If I ever get to reading this book, you know I've had a sudden surge of willpower. Okay, my bad habit number 4, I read the last few pages of every single book super fast that I probably ruin the experience for myself. Sometimes I get so excited about the end of the book and that feeling you get when you finish it that I fly through the last pages way too fast. Honestly, it's like I'm not even reading the words. Sometimes after I finished a book, I have to take a minute and then go back and read the ending again because I could tell you that I finished the book, but I couldn't tell you what happened. Okay, bad habit number 5. I sometimes skip descriptions just to read the dialogue. I don't know about you, but if there's a dialogue heavy scene or something intense is happening, I'll generally skip the she said, they said stuff just to read the dialogue. I'll sometimes even skip like character descriptions and room descriptions and things that the characters are doing in between the dialogue just so I can get through the dialogue, especially if something intense is happening. I don't do it all the time, but if there's something like really pressing is happening and I want to get through the dialogue to see the result, then all the fluff just gets in the way. The problem is a lot of the time the fluff gives you extra clues, character development, and important scene points that I just don't get because I'm racing through it. Doesn't mean I'm going to stop doing it though. My next bad reading habit is that I avoid books if they get too much praise. If books are so popular that they're everywhere and everybody tells me to read them, then for the next 5 years I ignore their existence. This might be the stubborn rebel inside of me, but I like to feel like I have freedom of choice, and if a book is so popular and I go with the crowd in reading it, it just doesn't feel like I'm making my own decisions, you know? Also, if a book gets a ridiculous amount of praise, I always feel a little suspicious. Why is it so popular? Is it legit or just good marketing? And what if I read it and actually don't like it? Sometimes I want to read a book without a fandom attached, or if it is there, it's dedicated and it's still there years after the book has been released. Although sometimes this feels a little silly because I could be missing out on some really spectacular books simply because I'm trying to be a rebel and don't want to read them because everyone else has read them and tells me to read them. So that's a bit weird. My 7th bad habit is a really recent one because I've come very close to annotating inside of a collector's edition book. After giving annotating a go this month, I started off feeling really squeamish about writing inside of a book, but then it just became second nature. But I don't want to annotate every book I own, just a select few. So when I accidentally almost annotated a collector's edition, you know it had gone too far. I'm gonna have to keep my pens far, far away from my reading spot from now on. Phew, that felt good to share. Did you see yourself in any of my bad habits, or do you have any of your own? Please don't be shy, leave them in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.